Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let's ask, how has the EU strategy of coping with coronavirus and its economic consequences fared so far? On the first side, everything looks fine. Business confidence and stock markets are on historical heights. Unemployment rates under control, GDP growth back on track. It seems that enormous political financial mobilization in Brussels and in particular member states has paid off. Yet this view somehow is rejected by ordinary Europeans. We have already heard about the death and disease record, and just yesterday WHO reported that up to 20% of infected may suffer from long COVID symptoms. Over 2/3 of the populace expect the pandemic to last much longer, at least until 2023. Also, over 40% of EU citizens do not trust the EU and are not satisfied with its policies during pandemic, while 58% judge the current national economic situation as bad. So this mismatch between economic accounts and social reality shows that something went wrong with the policy choices in Europe. One of the limitations of the default policies, in our view, has been an excessive reliance on the transfers to the businesses. Though effective in sustaining employment relations, it largely left the workers dependent on the corporate decisions and their willingness to introduce security measures. In many countries, such schemes were abused and the fiscal packages did not trickle down to the ones most in need, nor did they support essential services. Also, many non-standard workers were excluded from the assistance altogether and could not stay at home. Altogether, social inequalities have been aggravated and a new dimension has appeared, one related to unequal risk of COVID infection. The inequalities are visible also on the inter-European scale. Member states had diverse capacity to tackle the health and economic crisis, while coordination of public policies by Brussels was limited. It means that joint efforts leading to the new EU programs like Recovery Fund translated into very different health and economic outcomes. The policies failed to generate the positive feedbacks between health, society, and economy. We still risk subsequent waves, as well as long COVID effects and political turmoil. In the end, even the economy suffers in terms of undermined human capital, excess costs, and uncertainty. Now, let us show that we are ready to open a new chapter in EU policies. Instead of corporate bailouts, we need direct provision of care and income to the citizens. Instead of assumed trickle-down, we need designed solidarity. Instead of pressure and alienation, we need workers' voice and security. And finally, instead of bigger than neighbor competition, we need coordinated fraternity. EU institutions should lead the way during the coming G20 summit in Rome and beyond. They should take on even more agency to directly provide equal access to incomes, health standards, and services. To heal patient Europe, we need solidarity, not only in terms of fiscal budgets, but also in actual provision for the well-being of citizens. How to do it? Let's take HERA, the new European Health Emergency Preparedness and Response Authority. Yes, it is a step into a good direction, well-needed institutions to plan and conduct collective action during health crisis. Yes, it improves EU resilience by addressing vital market failures, by including strong international component. Yet, the program needs a dedicated financial capacity, which could fund direct cash transfers on the occasion of restricted activity, as well as to guarantee equal health and labor standards. Without it, HERA's actions would be met with suspicion and reluctance by local communities and politicians. Such instrument, especially when funded by new EU wealth and carbon taxes, would be a sign of a true determination to the economy of care and solidarity, a sign European citizens could finally trust. Thank you.